Hello, all signs. Hello from Lucky Tarot. Right, I'm focusing at the moment on the current new moon, which is exactly where we are right now. Since last night of about 11:30 p.m. And what I've got, this is for all anybody who sees it at this particular time. But these are affirmations for this new moon. Now, I will try and get these. The new moon is a time of renewal. And this is the affirmation for the particular new moon. I accept renewal and delight in fresh starts. So this time is all about new starts, walking away from the old stuff, putting away the old baggage. If you're in a situation that is hurting you, then it's not serving you. It might be teaching you a lesson. And if you don't want to leave that situation, then by all means, stay and learn the lesson. But make sure you look for the lesson within, the silver lining within it. That silver lining is the lesson that you're meant to learn. So remember, it's new starts. If you're in a situation that you really don't feel like you can get out of, then definitely look for the lesson that can heal you within it. Okay? Now, we've got the moon goddess Diana. I shine my light outwards for all to see. That is the spiritual brightness that you carry inside yourself, even if you're in a difficult situation that you feel unable to leave. This is the brightness that you need to shine out. You need to find it within yourself. Find it within yourself, because that brightness, that soul self of you, that real inner you, is screaming out for attention and wants to shine like the full moon. Never mind the new moon. The new moon gives us beginnings, but the full moon is like shining the full brightness that you can shine. And this card wants you to learn to shine your brightness. This one, I know my shadow side and I work to willingly transform aspects of it. This is the goddess Hecate. This is what all our situations tend to show us. They show us our darker shadow side. We've all got it. We've all got one. We've got two sides. We've got a nice, happy, bright side, and we've got a dark, frightened side. What we want to create in our life is the things from the happy side, not the things from the dark side. So in order to do that, we need to, if we're in a difficult situation, find those things that trigger us. What triggers us? What sets us off into anger, crying, or whatever? We've got to question where that's come from deep inside. The other person might trigger it, i.e. cause it, by having a paddy or whatever, There might be some kind of, remember, not everybody is the same. And some people, as they say, are sent to try us. So look for those things that get triggered, because that's where your power is. It's hidden behind those triggers. Once you can find those triggers, you feel that trigger as a reaction. You might cry, you might scream, you might shout, but you might even lash out. But once you discover that that trigger is there and you realize, oh my God, I just did that. Why did I just do that? Look for the reason. And the reason will go back somewhere to your life when someone's done something and this incident is reminding you of it. You can find that incident and start to understand it. Start to see it with clarity. Start to recognize it. Start to, understand that that's where it came from. So why does it still bother me now? You need to really go into it and look towards healing that by, if you were insulted by somebody in the past, a teacher maybe, go back into that memory and change it. Talk yourself into believing that, what that teacher said wasn't true. You know it wasn't true. The teacher didn't understand what was really going on inside you, for instance. They react from their own perspective of life. And you have your perspective of life fastened onto those parts of life when someone has let you down or hurt you or insulted you or made you feel bad. And if you can go back into that and try and heal that yourself by talking yourself through that whole situation, then you can understand how that person, past or present, has no idea of who you actually are. And therefore, it can have it doesn't need to have any effect on your current life, your life now. So, shadow work's too big to go into too deeply, so I'm not going to do that. Unless you're into it, it's quite hard. I can guide and lead others wisely and with love. That's the moon goddess Hina or Haina. I don't know how you pronounce it, but once you're in touch with your own truth, your inner self, the wisdom that's inside you, you can see the pattern of how it's been your whole life. And that's how you can understand it. That's how you can learn from it, because you spot it coming up in your triggers, and you can question those triggers and what caused those triggers, and you can talk yourself into understanding those triggers. There's absolutely no need in life to hold a grudge, to hold blame, because nobody outside of you actually can ever know you according to their own physical mind, because they've got their own perceptions of this physical world. So they base all their assumptions and judgments on what they have experienced in their life. So that doesn't give them the power to assume the same thing in your life, because you have perceptions in your life that's come from what you've learned over the course of your lifetime. Once you can see that, then nobody can have that power over you again anymore. Okay? Now, this one, the goddess Artemis, I am connected to the earth and all life around me. Remember that you are never, ever on your own. Never, ever, no matter what situation it is, you are never alone. If you're religious, yeah, you can pray. If you're spiritual, you can talk to your guides. If you believe in life after death, you can talk to your family, and believe me, they are listening. They are listening. But you are never ever alone. Even if you're locked in a room all by yourself, you are never ever ever alone. That's why being alone can be easy and actually less hurtful and distractive than being with other people. That's why there's a lot of hermits. Now, I'm not saying we need to be in that hermit mode. That's the mode we go into when we're healing, the hermit or the hanged man. But we don't need to stay there. We only need to stay there for as long as we need to heal and understand that level that we've just left, that we've just been on, and make sense of it. Okay, so Lucky Bug is going to stop there now, because Lucky Bug will see you again soon. And Lucky Bug hopes that this made some sort of sense to you for this new moon, so that you can start afresh, either with the way you think about things, the way you talk to yourself in your own head, the way you react to triggers. It's about new starts, new beginnings, even becoming a new you. Okay, thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe if you do like it. Bye bye. Bye for now.